Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Trying Things. Channel likes trying things so you don't have to. Today what we're going to feature on the channel is another watch from the Casio collection, with this being probably what would be one of the cheapest and simplest watches to own. And this one being the CASIO MQ-24. Now in this review what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at what the actual design of the Casio is. We're going to talk about the materials that make up the actual watch, including some sizes and stuff like that. We're going to show you its only one function, and then what we're going to do is pop it on our wrist and say what it's like to wear and own. This watch was purchased off eBay as a pre-loved example, and I do like to purchase some of my watches from eBay just to show how they wear and stuff. But you can buy a newer version of this watch in different types and different designs. Now, obviously the popular one will probably be the white dial version, which is like this, but obviously it's just got a white background to it. Now, for me, this one, I went for this one because it just stands out with being the yellow one. It's just a bit unique for the MQ-24. But they do it in loads of different designs and different flavors as well of the actual dials, where you can get it with black and stuff like that. And I'll just show you some of the examples on screen. In terms of the actual materials that it's made up of, it's going to be the usual Casio affair, where it's mainly kind of resin plastic, obviously with the straps being a resin plastic, and I believe the straps are actually about 15mm in width. You know, you got the usual Casio logo emblazoned within the strap retainer, in the strap buckle as well, which is plastic. And it is quite smooth, and it doesn't feel cheap really. I mean, obviously being one of Casio's cheapest watches, I don't know if that's through wear and what have you, but it does feel okay really in terms of the actual quality of the strap. Obviously on the back you do get the usual Casio stainless steel back to it. I just thought I'd mention it does have a module number of 1330, and it is powered by Japanese quartz movement as well. And this watch, as you probably read on the back, is water resistant, but there's no actual quoted depth in terms of bar or meters, so it's probably more splash resistant than anything. So in terms of maybe going out in the car or washing the car, or I'd probably avoid that. Anything near water I probably would avoid, just to protect this watch. Now, as I say, what you get on the actual front, you do get an acrylic dial window as well, which does attract scratches, because this one, when it turned from eBay, did have a few scratches and micro abrasions, so be aware of that. So if it's something which you don't like, maybe look somewhere else. You will have to spend a bit more money, but Polywatch tends to be your friend, where it's like a polish which gets rid of them, and you know, it's well worth investing in if you do have a collection of these type of watches. The actual width of the case, which is again a plastic case with a obviously non-moving bezel, is about 35mm, so it's not the biggest watches out there. It does have a thickness of 8mm, and it is about approximately 20 grams in weight, so it's, you know, it's not the heaviest watch out there. But in terms of simplicity, I mean, obviously the only one function here is the crown, which is a metal crown, which allows you to obviously adjust the time, pull it out, adjust the time, and obviously you will notice that the second hand stops as well, so you can adjust the time as such there. And I'll just pop it on what is the right time, which is 34, and there you go. It is a very easy watch to operate in terms of adjusting the time. So, you know, you haven't got to press any buttons, go through any functions or anything like that. It is just operated by pulling out the crown. The one other thing to note with this watch, there is no lume on the background, on the hour markers, on the numerals, or even on the hands. So, and again, there's no LED backlight as well. It is just as you see here, so just be aware of that. In terms of seeing it in the darkness, obviously if it's low light, because the actual watch is quite stark really in terms of design, you may be able to make out the time, but you know, I wouldn't say that it is a good watch for wearing in the dark, so just be aware of that fact. Now, in terms of ease, which is the main theme of this watch, changing the battery is very easy. I mean, it uses an SR626SW battery, and I've had to change it on this, and there is YouTube videos out there where you pop out the actual Casio stainless steel back, and there is a little spring or little kind of metal retainer. You just pull, battery pops out, and you put a new one in. So again, very easy to do. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it on my wrist and say what it's like to wear. So here it is on the wrist, and as you can see, it's not the biggest watch out there. I mean, it's about, as I said, it is a 35mm case diameter, but it is comfortable. I mean, obviously it will not go into your wrist or anything like that, so there's no fear of it encroaching on any kind of hand movement that you may have, you know, if you're working or anything like that during the day. It does stand out, and because of obviously the variant of the MQ-24 that I've got here, you know, it's very easy to tell the time with it. But as I say, it is not the biggest watch in the world, so if that does put you off, it might be worth you looking at something like the CASIO MW-24, which is like the bigger brother really. It shares the same module, which is in this case module 1330, as you can see. Just try and get the light there, 1330, and it may be a watch that you prefer to kind of feature on your wrist, because there is different flavors of this watch as there is of this watch also. But in terms of, you know, the comfort and stuff like that, the strap doesn't bite into your wrist or anything like that. It is comfortable to wear, and obviously with it being quite thin, you know, obviously if you are wearing any form of like a jumper or a hoodie or anything, that you'll easily go over it. You won't keep getting caught in it. And obviously if you want to wear it out with a shirt or anything like that, then again, you know, this watch wouldn't get in the way. In terms of looks, as I say, it is a great, easy to, well, tell the time watch really. And you know, that's what I'm kind of gonna say. If you are interested in something that's just simple to wear, you can wear it on a daily basis. Obviously if you work near water or anything like that, then you may need to look elsewhere. But if you are interested in something that's very simple, very elegant, comes in loads of different designs and stuff like that for the dial, then it'd be worth checking out this watch. As I say, it's comfortable, very easy to read the time, and easy to own really. There's nothing else to this watch. There's no dates, there's no days, there's no complications, and it may be a watch that you may be interested in looking at and well worth considering. And as I say, you can get it quite cheap. Sometimes you can get it from Argos or from Amazon. There'll be links below for around £6 if they're on offer, but they tend to hover around the £9 to £10 mark. So a great cheap beta watch for daily use, or even going on holiday if you're not worried about getting this if this gets stolen or anything like that. So I hope you like the review of the CASIO MQ-24. If you did, then click on the like button, always helps. If you want to see more videos from the We Try Anything channel, then click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.